obviously the addition of Drunks is going to be quite an important factor. I mean, we've seen him running around with a FAMAS silenced on this particular map on more than one occasion. So
Yes.
the high cyclic rate of that particular weapon makes it for good close quarter stuff. Unfortunately, for any kind of long range picks, it's not going to really be the kind of gun that he's going to go for. But to be honest, the roaming role that Drunks was doing when he was playing with UMAV proved to be quite effective in that respect. So it looks like we're going to be getting underway any second, and it's going to be interesting to see what rollout they go for, as you're going to see Dynamics in the red and Fnatic in the blue. They always tend to do a fan out. They always literally tend to spread out. So you'll see one man move to A, one man move to B, and it depends on pretty much the main fight is going to be over the B point, and whoever wins that means that they can use that as a jumping off point. To be honest, I think Fnatic will be most happy with a B and a C hold and to just keep it like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of the time what you'll see from the Russian team is that they will fan out a little bit more over towards that A and B side, whereas we've seen several times where the U.S. team will push hard onto Bravo flag. Sometimes they'll send up one or two over into A, which we are going to be seeing two of them going from PlanetKey over onto Alpha, and there's that fan out that we were talking about from Fnatic. Look at that, very evenly spaced out, and it looks like first engagement should be Mort over here. Will he spot out that push coming into Alpha? He does. First blood will be going to Fnatic here, as A and B flag are going to be in their possession. Bleed already going to be starting off in their favor.
Yeah, now that's rather unusual. I've just seen Fnatic. They were starting to move down towards the C. Valutarja and Easy were starting to push down there, but they've decided to actually hold off on it. And it looks like as a result of that, because the B point is actually being won by PK Dynamics, and as a result, they did is those two guys who were roaming between the A and the B have now actually moved down towards the B point to assist in trying to take it. But you can see now that PK Dynamics holding on to the C point, being pressured by Valutarja, the A point being held by Fnatic, and the fight continuing, and it looks like, wow, look at that. They've only got one man left for Fnatic, and here comes the spawn in between the A and the B. That's pretty serious goings on, and I told you, this is why PlanetKey Dynamics are so dangerous on this map.
Yeah, they're definitely looking hot right now, as we saw some really good cleanups happening from scene on B flag. Mort going to try and get some long-range shots over there onto Bravo. Will not be able to make anything happen there. We do have a two-man push coming in onto B. Valutarja going to be leading that charge, as one of them does get spot out, ends up going down. B flag will be now going into their favor, but PlanetKey has one left. That's going to be Audi, and if he has something to say about it, he is definitely going to be stopping this push. He was able to take out one. Can he take out Valutarja? No, he doesn't, as he was going to get back rage there. B flag will be going into the favor of Fnatic, but at the same time, A is going to be getting contested and capped for PKD, so looking really good for their push right now. Unfixed will be getting a back spawn coming in onto Alpha, along with some help from his buddy over here. So I think Fnatic will be able to do a really good push onto A. They're not looking bad at all. I mean, 178 to 186, this is basically nothing. Drunks does end up getting taken down onto that Alpha flag. B, though, getting completely left open. Valutarja getting taken down, so it looks like a trip cap possibly coming in here for PlanetKey.
Yeah, that's exactly the direction that they're going. And the trouble is that if you look now at the overview, how spread out Fnatic are right now. They can't combine, they can't basically push into that B point. They're starting to push in that B point. Fnatic Easy is being pinned down. Valutarja is now moving in to try and contest that. But what I'm surprised to see is that after a push in towards the B point, you didn't see Fnatic push in towards the C point, as that's the kind of hold that I would expect them to do. They did try, and obviously because of the spawn, move into the A point, maybe try and force the enemy to push back up towards the A and hold that in. But as a result of that, because of the spawns and where they are at the moment, Fnatic are being kept on the outskirts of this map, and it's causing them a severe problem right now.
Yes, it absolutely is. Oh my god, beautiful pickup there onto Easy. We'll be able to take him down, but Valutarja also spawning in. We'll be able to help out there. Morton Unfixed also getting some picks on their team. Only two left up for PlanetKey right now. We do have a push coming in onto that Charlie flag. Alpha is also going to get burned down. So Fnatic going to be making a possible play here for a trip cap of their own, although Audi... oh, he does get taken down, so the only one left back up will be Mort onto C flag. And yeah, they're going to be making a play for their own trip cap. And this is something that you actually see, I would say, a lot on Zavad, where one team will get a trip cap and they overcommit in certain areas, or they just can't win their battles after those random spawns, and then they get trip capped themselves.
Yeah, that is a very back and forth map under the circumstances. I think also part of that is because of the multiple entrances that you have onto the C point, and just the open nature of those areas, as it looks like Mort manages to catch an explosive barrel in the face. I'm very unfortunate for him. And so you can see now that it looks like Fnatic now got the the BC hold that they're comfortable with. But the trouble is they don't really have the forces right now. There's nobody there defending the C point. The C point is open, but they are moving a single man in towards the A point, and now they're rotating back towards the C. So they're going to try and hold on to that B point, maintain any kind of ownership on the C point, and to focus their attention on the A, and literally let the ticket bleed do its thing. And you can see now the line of defense being formed by Fnatic is a little bit wobbly, but it also means that they can actually have the likes of Value Tarja on a roaming role, so he can actually just go in and harass enemies, get the important picks, turn around the ownership of the flag. And it looks like Value Tarja is pretty much doing it solo. He's not anymore, as he just got gunned to bits.
Yeah, we do have a play coming in here onto Alpha Flag from PlanetKey, unfixed, not able to save that, so the 2 flag advantage will be going back in the favor of PlanetKey. Interestingly enough, Drunks is 0-7. Yeah, so that's not something that you almost ever see from Drunks. I know that while he was playing on AAA, he was one of their top fraggers. So to see him coming in here on Zavod going 0-7, that's got to be a little unsettling.
Yeah, I would have thought so. I mean, it depends on what his role is within the actual team at the moment. He might be the sort of jump-off point for the spawns and stuff like that, or he might be the point man, and there's a possibility that you're a point man going into a flag with 3 or 4 people in it. There's a good chance you're going to catch the first bullets being thrown in a general direction. But you can see now that what that happened is he's being used as a spawn point, and he's moving around on one side, and they're going up against Outie, and Mort is also moving on the other side, and they're looking, and there we go, Value Charger spawning again on Drunks, and it seems that that's pretty much the way that Drunks is going. It could be that he's trying his best to survive. Unfortunately, didn't succeed there, but that's very important. That's going to be the seat grab as far as Fnatic are concerned. Now they need to hold it, but it looks like they don't have many forces enabled to do it. And look at them now. Look at what they're doing. They're actually forcing PK Dynamics into that outside spawn, and they're trying to hold them off while they go for that triple cap.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pickup there, or stop, I would rather say, by Mort, as he was going to be stopping a 3-man push coming over there towards Bravo. Forced PlanetKey to have to push back. That was unfixed, who ended up jumping on that Alpha flag. And look at that, all 5 players now from PlanetKey are going to be back over there towards A. This is going to allow Fnatic really to get some good positioning going within the map. We do have Drunks going to be sitting back there onto Bravo to try and hold it down. Value Taja as well as Unfixed will be here to try and defend C flag by themselves. 106 to 125. They're starting to even up the score quite a bit. C flag will be getting contested right now. It looks like Unfixed was taken down. Value Taja going to be sitting up in this perch spot. Has to be careful. Spots out one over towards Forest. Is he going to be able to take him down? No. He's going to be playing Ring Around the Rosie and gets caught out while reloading. So nice job there for PlanetKey, as they are just really doing well on their frags right now. Mort also getting taken down through mid. So PlanetKey once again going to be making a great push into Charlie flag and ends up taking that out. Most of the players from Fnatic are going to be spawning back behind B flag, and we're going to be having PlanetKey just setting up for a nice CA hold.
Yeah, now one of the things I was surprised you didn't see there is that somebody stayed a little bit further back by the A point as far as PlanetKey Dynamics were concerned to stop any random spawns appearing behind A, because what they could have done is Fnatic could have defended C, particularly put as soon as the enemy comes down from A to C, immediately start flashing A so that you focus their attention, so they know that they've got to either overcommit to C and possibly take a wipe, or they've got to rotate back towards the A point. So unfortunately they lost the gunfight at the C point, and now Fnatic are getting a little bit of pressure coming in towards the B point. This is going to be an important point that they're going to fight tooth and nail for. They do not want to lose this. They have the bleed against their enemy, and you can see there a couple of nice kills onto the PK Dynamics team by Mort and Too Easy. And this is the kind of thing that this is what is the bread and butter of Fnatic. They're settling down to that B and the C hold, and now they're just in the process of trying to rack up the kills, do the damage, and get rid of the tickets.
Yeah, but the problem right now is that they are behind quite a bit in ticket count, and they haven't been able really to get that lead. As soon as they get that, evened up just a bit, all of a sudden PlanetKey comes out of nowhere and ends up getting the 2 cap in their favor with a, almost with a wipe. B flag is now going to be contesting, like we were saying before. Just really can't seem to get those defends going on. Mort, though, he's going to be defending Alpha flag over here, able to pick up Audi, and it does look like Alpha will be going into their favor. And Nosey's also going to be out there on the outside of the map. Mort, he knows that there's something going on here, trying to check it out, make sure that he's going to be able to pick anybody up. Doesn't see anything. Nice pickup there from Too Easy. We'll be able to get the assist. Some nice long-range shots over there towards B, and now there is a potential 3 cap coming in here for Fnatic. C flag will be getting picked up here for PlanetKey though, so it won't be that long. But the fact of the matter is that Fnatic is starting to heat up, I would say, in their frag department. If you look at it, 16-9 unfixed, 12-12 more, 10 and 14 is too easy. He's not really shaping up too bad. But you know what? They're starting to get a lot more of their team kills, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I did notice that as soon as the B point started being contested by the members of PlanetKey Dynamics, you immediately saw 3 members of Fnatic move from the C to the A point. That is exactly the kind of reaction you would standard. That is a textbook reaction you would expect from a good Battlefield team. Is the immediately refocusing onto the flag that you know that there's no attention on, there's going to be no troops there, and if need be, not give up the kills, not give up the tickets by trying to defend a point that you know you're going to get overrun on. Now the trouble is, obviously, as far as PK Dynamics are concerned, they are just about to lose that B point, but they've had a spawn over by the A point. Now the problem is with that is it means that had Drunk been further forward, maybe nearer the A point, he could have possibly prevented the spawns on the A, and that could have been the possibility of maybe meaning that Fnatic could move into the C point and possibly get another trip cap on their enemy.
Yeah, Drunks, he's starting to heat up here with a second kill. Nice job on a nose. He's going to be making his way onto Charlie Flag. Can he make it a third? He does not, but he does some really good damage there on with that nade kill, so C Flag will be going into their possession. Once again, Fnatic, though, leaving B completely open, unfixed. You got to get out there to defend it, as we do have a 2-man push going to be coming in here in just a second for PlanetKey, and unfixed, not able to stay alive, and once again, they're going to be losing that Bravo flag. So they start getting that bleed up into their favor. They start evening up those scores, and then they're just not in the right positions. I don't know. They're playing a little bit loose.
Yeah, you can see that the problem is that Fnatic, they're starting to get a little bit bunched in between the A and the B point right now. And as a result of that, I mean, you saw Fnatic Mort's transition from the midpoint up towards the A. And now, as a result of that, you can see the ownership currently being held, and Fnatic helped assist on there. So now you can see that it's like literally a situation where you're going to see the Fnatic spawns coming in from the outside areas of the map, and that's going to be a problem because you're seeing unfixed and you're seeing Value Charger moving down there. You're going to see 2EZ who's going to move in between the A and the B point, or the A and the C point, to act as a roaming basically defender to try and defend that point against anybody pushing there, because that's exactly what PKD are going to do, because they can see the B point is flashing. That is textbook reaction from PlanetKey Dynamics, and you can see that the difference is still only 17 tickets, but force of habit, man. I apologize.
It's all good right now. We do have PlanetKey over here onto Alpha, able to get a nice shot in onto 2EZ. Remember, guys, you can shoot the feet off of people. Unfortunately, it is painful, but it does kill, apparently. 38-53. C Flag is going to be getting contested right now by Fnatic. Fnatic, they got to make something happen now. They're doing really well of bringing the score down quite a bit, but PlanetKey just able to be one step ahead just about every single time. C Flag will be returning back into their favor. Going to be pushing down into those tunnels to help clear them out. Looks like they were able to do so. So once again, PlanetKey going to be able to take control of this 2-cap and going for that 3-cap once again.
Now look at the position of Drunks. This is interesting. You see, he's actually staying out on the margins of the B point. Other team member spawns on him. Now they can basically, they give up the B point to then go in and take the B point back again. This is important play, tactical play here.
Oh, beautiful
and
shot.
There we go. And that actually turned out to be a very good thing. And he gets his teammate back up, meaning that the B point is going to get recaptured. But the bleed is against Fnatic at the moment, which means that Fnatic are now starting to commit pretty heavily in towards that C point. They know that's going to be the primary point. You're going to get Junk starting to move up. And PKD know this, so you're going to probably have a single man, and that's going to be Tom defending that point. And now they're down to 10 tickets. And look at the amount of fire that's going on around the C point at the moment. It's absolutely insane.
That's it, man. That is it. 7-48. Now 4-48. They just went in there, body after body, ended up dying needlessly, I would say, as they just really weren't getting any kind of frags. They were kind of going in there 1 and 2 at a time. 48 tickets to 0. PlanetKey will be taking round number 1 on Zavad in the semifinals. This is pretty interesting. And Chad, your predictions were not that far off.
Who knew? I actually know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, trust
man.
me, everyone else is as shocked as I am. But it looks like they're probably going to change to a different server. So, yeah, it's 48 tickets, not an insurmountable number, to be honest. I think they would want a larger margin against the likes of Fnatic. Fnatic do have the reputation of coming back at you like a runaway steam train. So, but this is exactly what I was talking about why PlanetKey Dynamics probably regard this as one of their best maps. They are dangerous, and they've got it down to a fine art.
Yeah, that was a really good play there. It's going to be interesting to see what Fnatic pulls out coming into this next round. We did see Trunks starting to get some more frags underneath his belt. He ended up with 12 and 14. We also saw 20 and 14 from Unfixed. Unfortunately, Valuetaja really couldn't heat up at all. He was only 10 and 15, and we usually see a lot more from him, especially because he's kind of the playmaker for that team, and we really didn't see too much out of him in terms of just getting those clutch moments that he normally does. If you look over on the PlanetKey side, 19 and 10 for Enozi, 21 and 14 for Audi, doing some really great jobs on the frag departments. And honestly, their whole team was doing really well. Nobody was below, the double digits. Everybody kind of just held their own throughout the entire match, and that really is key if you want to stand toe to toe against Fnatic.
Yeah. Now the thing is, obviously, part of the problem that you have about this is the issues that you have against going against the nasty teams, the real hard hitters, is that you've got to be certain of going. If you're going to go toe to toe with them, if you're going to go, 1-on-1, 2-on-2, all that kind of stuff, you've got to be confident of winning. Now the thing is, if you go into it and you're not confident of winning, you've got to find a way around that. Now you'll notice that pretty much most of the times you saw the battles, Fnatic went full in. They committed. You didn't see PK Dynamics do that. You saw a lot of end-around maneuvers and not necessarily straight-on assaults. So that could be the difference between the approach. If you go up against hard hitters, they're going to cut you to pieces as soon as you run through the door.
Well, and to be honest with you, too, I think that was one of Fnatic's downfalls in that last match is because they committed for sometimes all of their team to a particular flag, and it allowed PlanetKey to go for those back caps. And at the end of the day, Chad, it's about who holds the bleed, not who gets the most amount of frags, but who holds the bleed. Not going to say that if you can't get frags, then you're going to be able to win because you can get on flags. You obviously need them. But the fact of the matter is that Fnatic overcommitted several times. It ended up losing them certain flags because they then had to repush, sometimes right out in the open. The perfect example was at the very end there when they went and they got that Bravo flag. They had 4 players that had to push their way back in onto Charlie. They have to cross open ground. They have to go through 2 choke points in order to get to that C flag. PlanetKey was already sitting there. They were already waiting, and they just basically shredded them.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. Is that kind of. Do you do the sort of you see Fnatic use brute force on more than one occasion. It's kind of their playing style where they basically, it's almost the equivalent of flying headbutt. They come charging at you, guns blazing, and so as a result of that, if you're playing against a team like Fnatic or that kind of a style of team, I suppose Epsilon very similar in some aspects, is you've got to find a way of dealing with that, but dealing with that on a level that you can adjust to, or at least a way that you will be comfortable with. So you can say, right, oh, blah, 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 Fnatic are charging C, right, into positions, and then you get into your position to then deal with that. So the question is, do you essentially pull back, allow them to move into the point, and then attack them from all directions, or do you try and kill them before they even get as far as that point? And these are the kind of things that teams over the course of time, they will develop that, and it also means that Fnatic will start to realize some of these things aren't working. We need to adjust our strategy. Maybe not such a hardcore push, maybe a 3-2 push. So you have 3 men move in on the front, and you have 2 men, maybe 1 on either side, or possibly 2 on one side or the other.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. They need to spread it out just a bit. It's never bad to go for those massive team pushes, those massive 5-man, 4-man pushes on a certain flag if you know that the majority of the other team is there on that flag. But the problem was they were committing 4 players against 2 players, and it just allows PlanetKey to really circumvent them quite a bit.
Well,
so anyways,
the problem is with that is also it means if you're committing a larger number of players, if it doesn't go your way, you've lost a large amount of your team. So there is a risk. It is a double-edged sword. Yeah. And the thing is, if you're confident enough that your team can recover from that risk, like you're saying, when we were talking about PlanetKey Dynamics having a spawn anchor at the back, somebody who can basically act as that point if for whatever reason they're pushing to the flag doesn't go well.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyways, guys, we are just waiting for the server to let us in, and unfortunately, it's not liking me. So it's not you. It's me.
Okay. All right. Okay. No.
See, I've got Chad stumbling now. He's like, well, I don't know how to handle this. Uh,
Oh dear. Yeah.
oh man. So, anywho's, we are just waiting for them to allow me into the server. Should be getting underway here pretty soon. And so, what is your prediction for round number 2, Chad?
Difficult to say. Hang on a second. Not on spec.
Oh, see, they let Chad in, but they won't let me. I see how it is. I see it.
Well,
it's because I'm North American.
it looks like they might be going live. So, yeah. Looks like they're going to go live. So it might be a case of yours truly will have to do it from their point of view. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. But keep trying. But the trouble is now they're underway. And I don't think anything's going to change anytime soon, I'm afraid, Brett. I don't know what's going on. Everybody is on the list. You're on the list from all of ESL, so you should be on the list. But the BF4 servers are notoriously unreliable, to say the least. So what would you like me to do? Would you like me to cast on what I'm seeing on the map, do it old style, like the radio days, or would you like to see something a little bit different? What do you want to do?
Well, right now, I'm going to try and log back in and see maybe if that is a problem. But go ahead and let these fine folks know exactly what's going on within the match.
Okay, well, so at this current moment, obviously, you've got both of the teams on there. US is Fnatic. They are red, obviously, not that you can see that. And the Russian team is blue, which is PK Dynamics. Now, it looks like the Fnatic have gone in very quickly for a B and a C hold, and they are defending C with what looks to be a four-man hold. You've also got 2Easy, who's doing that roaming role. Unfortunately, he's not roaming anymore, as him and Enozy look to have traded in that midpoint. And it looks like Fnatic have actually managed to defend that and almost completely, they have. They've almost completely wiped out all those members of PK Dynamics, meaning that they're going to move over to defend the B because they know the B point is going to come under fire. Two-man push in towards that B point. And you've also got another two-man push going up towards the A point to see if they can get the triple cap against their enemy. But you can see PK Dynamics and Enozy moving in from multiple directions, trying to move in towards that A point to try and change the ownership. Looks like 2Easy is the last man standing, trying to defend the tanks area. He's coming under fire, taking a little bit of damage, runs into one, drills him very quickly with the Ace 23. And it looks like Felix is also trying to push in from the other direction, but we've had a spawn in on 2Easy, Unfix now moving in, but you've also had Outie who spawned in on his teammate Felix, and it looks like a two-man push has become a three-man defense by Fnatic at that B point, and they're looking to change the ownership very quickly. Drunks is roaming around the C point. He is basically babysitting that C point, and we've had a four-man spawn up by the A point here by the members of PK Dynamics. They're fanning out and moving forward, but the trouble is they're going to be intercepted midfield area by the members of Fnatic, and Fnatic are moving in a four-man defensive team to go up against the four-man attacking team coming in from PK Dynamics. And Felix is about to run into another member of Fnatic. That was 2Easy. He moves in towards the A point, and this is a four-man push. Now, this is very interesting to see. What Fnatic have done is what we were talking about earlier. They pulled back, allow PK Dynamics to move in towards the point, and are now closing in on them from all directions, and it looks like it's a nasty situation as Tom is in the process of trying to defend. Takes down one, takes down two. One man of Fnatic, but no, he's had another spawn, and he's literally going to be able to try and survive it, and they're literally spawning and literally rolling in on that C point so fast, and they've managed to do it. Oh my goodness, what you had there was a massive spawn bomb by PK Dynamics that enabled them to win that C flag. They literally were running around in that underground section, spawn bombing onto their teammates, but Fnatic immediately came back through the tunnels and are taking the C point behind them. Enozy rotating back towards the C point, and it looks like the B point is being contested by Scene, who has now got three members who have just spawned on him. They're going to probably move up, possibly, and maybe see if they can move down towards the C point. We'll have to wait and see, as Mortar's moving over from the C point. Drunk's also moving through the midfield area, running into Outie, drilling him in the middle, and it looks like Fnatic Value Charger is sniffing around that middle point and at least trying to defend anybody or take anybody out who's pushing that C point. It looks like Mort got shut down just on the outskirts of the C point, and Scene is in the process of moving in towards the C point now, as that's being defended by Value Charger. There's another spawn, and it looks like Outie is going to be going up against Value Charger in the maintenance pit at the moment, and wow, Value Charger just absolutely air-conditioned him. Beautiful shot coming in. Scene is the last man pushing into that C point, and you've got Fnatic Mort now over by the B point doing his thing. So, as a result of that, that was a three-man push by the members of Fnatic in towards that A point. So you can see that they have literally taken that A point. You've got Fnatic Easy moving out to the spawn where he knows the enemy is going to actually appear once they die and that C point is taken. So it looks like Value Charger moving up, and there we go, waiting for a teammate. The B point being held by Fnatic, the A point being held by Fnatic. People roaming around in the middle, unfixed, looking for Felix, and also Drunks is in there as well. And they seem to be quite comfortable with the fact that they're leaving the C point uncontested. But you've got Mort moving around, and you've got Dynamics, Tom being sneaky, taking down Mort as he tried to move out of that B point. That means that Fnatic, it looks like Enozy being shut down in the middle point between C and B. It means Unfixed is going to start moving back, sort of floating around the area, and it looks like Value Charger is now going to be going up against two members of PK Dynamics as they're moving in towards the B point. They're starting to push up pretty hard through the tanks. Value Charger taking it very slowly. He's in with the Scar, pops out the nade, see if he can do a little bit of damage, maybe get a dink onto that B point. The B point ownership changes hands, and now Value Charger is coming under a lot of pressure. He's going to have to turn and run, and he's up against two men. Looks like he's taken down one, and his teammate manages to spawn just in time. Unfixed moves into position and helps him out. Meanwhile, there's a massive push coming in from the members of PK Dynamics on towards that C point, and looks like Fnatic have lost two members. There we go, a third one goes down, and now all of a sudden we've had a massive spawn bomb by Fnatic onto that C point, and literally they're going to try and take out as many people as possible. 161 tickets to 101 at the moment, and it's looking pretty good as far as Fnatic are concerned, and it looks like they're having a bit of a spawn bomb on the C point. There we go, the last member of PK Dynamics taken down at the C, but they've also then had a spawn at the A point, which means they're going to start capturing that back. You're going to see Fnatic moving from the C to the B point. You're going to have Drunk Zed, who's in there at the moment. He's going to be defending up against a two-man push coming in from the top part of the map from PK Dynamics, and will be supported by Value Charger, so he's going to be sniffing around looking for a kill. So a B and a C hold looking pretty good as far as we're concerned here, and looks like PK Dynamics literally left with that A hold, and you've got a couple of members of PK Dynamics sniffing around in the area between A and C. They are in the process of trying to sort things out, and there we go. Oh, that was so unfortunate for poor old Scene to run into a three-man spawn of Fnatic as he ran around the corner. Very unfortunate. And it looks like Outie is trying to defend against a push coming in from Mort. He's taken the A point, and now Value Charger is moving in towards the B point. And this is not looking good, because right now PK Dynamics are down 152 tickets to 83. And the thing is what's happening is every single time they are moving into a flag, Fnatic is immediately rotating around to try and move in on them and actually deny them any kind of bleed on tickets or change around of the bleed. The A point has been spawned on by PK Dynamics. They're going to change the ownership of that, and finally they're going to get the bleed against Fnatic. But there is 150 tickets to 73 right now. So let's just see. Let's find out, as we're now looking at the Enozy, who's about to become a Swiss cheese, as he's going to run into the likes of Too Easy and Drunks. But it looks like he was waiting for a three-man spawn. Oh, look at that. One of them goes down. Enozy, his teammate, poor old Tom. Such an unfortunate spawn. Enozy versus Too Easy at the moment. And now you've also got Drunks coming in on the side flank as well. And it looks like he manages to take down Scene. And this could be a three-man push. Getting shut down here by PK Dynamics, and there we go. Oh, he knows he came in and very nearly got knifed by Too Easy. That would have been very annoying as far as he was concerned. And now we're looking at a four-man push by PK Dynamics in towards that point. But you can see three members of Fnatic defending it, and Felix is the only man left standing. There we go. That's a four-man shutdown of PK Dynamics by Fnatic, most of it around the C point, and you also had another quick kill picked up by Fnatic Too Easy as he was transitioning between the B and the A point. So now we're looking at a possible domination cap with only 47 seconds left on the clock, and this is a very, very strong showing from Fnatic. Bear in mind, obviously, you know, we have changed, and they are playing on their own server, so, you know, whether or not there's advantages to playing on your own server, difficult to say, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, home ground, it's a very important thing to deal with. So we're looking at Felix. They're now basically changed the ownership of that flag, and they're going to start pushing down towards the C point. And it looks like Fnatic are going to try and get that B point back, but you're going to have a three-man defense at the C point, charging in through the tunnels there, as you can see, into that open area, and you can see them getting cut down all over the place right now. And it looks like Enozy being finished off, Scene coming under massive fire, Too Easy, and it looks like a three-man kills onto Fnatic, and they're literally trading. It's pistol fire at dawn, and Too Easy managing to hold on by the skin of his teeth and holding on to that C point. And now they're going to settle down for a 3-2-man defense as Too Easy moves forwards and gets shot. And now you've got a two-man defense on the C point and a two-man defense on the B point, and literally all Fnatic Fnatic are going to do right now is just wait and let the tickets drain, because that's literally all they need to do. They are in a very strong position, and there's really no chance of the members of PK Dynamics coming back from this, as Fnatic have basically steamrolled them. So you can see now the B point in the process of being looked at by Drunks. Fnatic unfixed, moving over towards the A point. Will meet Dynamics Tom at the midfield area, see if he can get an important kill on him, which he does. And now you can see PK Dynamics have moved in and have actually now got the bleed against Fnatic. So it looks like a three-man hold on the C point. One guy roaming up a little bit too far forward and runs into Fnatic. That's too easy. And Value Charger now starting to push down from the top in a two-man push in towards the C point, as Drunks is trying to go round and about on the side rage, but it looks like he's about to run into the likes of Enosy and other friends. Now Enosy sniffing around looking for an opportunity to get that all-important kill. He's in with the Scar. In comes Drunks. Drunks comes in and absolutely air conditions him. So now it's looking like the last 9 tickets are starting to disappear, and it's looking like a pretty dominant display in the second half by Fnatic. They didn't do so well in the previous round, but in this particular round, they pretty much took it to them and have done a fantastic job. A very solid display by the members of Fnatic, and it looks like it's going to be around 126 tickets to possibly around that sort of period of time. And so, yeah, it's a lot of really, really key moments there. Charges into that flag, and some good plays by Fnatic where they pulled back from the C point, enabled the enemy team to get into the C point, and then closed in from all directions. So it looks like it's going to be 115, maybe 100 tickets to 1 in that respect.
All right,
And
well,
there you have
GG there. Looks like Fnatic will be able to take it. I got some update news for the Epsilon C play map. Right now, Epsilon just took round number 1, 80 tickets to 0. So they're looking pretty strong within that matchup. Guys, if you want to go check that out.